Welcome back, you less than adequate sub-cretins and degenerate old schoolers. This is the Orb. Today we're covering a 7-point playoff game. Um, I'm playing mono black. Here's my deck. I'm going to start by going over the pointed cards. 4 in the Soul Ring. Soul Ring feels like a library of Alexandria in Swedish. It hits early, and for some reason it feels like it's just game over. I see why it's 4 points of the 7. Does eat a lot. Dark Ritual, same deal. I want to speed up my deck. Another point for the Hymn. Seems like the cheapest 2 for 1 out there, or one of them. And then Trike, last point. Obviously, Trike can mow down some 1 toughness creatures. Very versatile. Typically at least a 2 for 1 on the Trike. If nothing else, you can jam in the last damage that you need off of his counters. I really enjoy 7-point just because it takes me back to a long time ago when you played Magic. I remember playing Sorcerer's Queen, Royal Assassin, such powerful cards back then, and in 7-point Singleton, they're forced to be powerful cards again. Will-O-Will-O-Wisp is a quick blocker on the table. Kumbach Witches, same deal, can do the Trike effect and mow things down. It can also effectively block a 2-powered creature, or a 2 toughness creature and kill it, which is great in Singleton. Sinkhole to take out those special lands that inevitably show up. Jade Statue's a powerhouse. Rocket Launcher does some work. Carrying Ants and Nightmare late game are fantastic. Carrying Ants, I just had to grab a copy of that and jam it in my deck. Of course, Juggernaut, if it doesn't have an answer, is a threat to deal with. Protection from white, granted there's only 1 Swords to Plowshare you have to worry about, but the Black Knight and the Order they have in hand. I don't know, I do enjoy 7-point. Obviously, if you get a book down early, it seems like a game over deal too. Black is super strong in this format, and my opponent I don't have a deck picture for, is also on black, but he plays more of a toolbox black, I'll say. He splashes some other colors. Deadguy Ale is what it kind of reminds me of. He does have a little bit of white in there for some removal, which works out great, because white is very awesome at removing things. So, the other thing is, I didn't hit record until, I believe, turn 7. That's on me. So that will happen again. This tournament took place on the road starting in October, of 2023. So, if you guys see any big mistakes, please let me know in the comment section. Alright, and here is turn 7, I believe. I played a myriad of swamps on my side with a strip mine and a factory and an herborg. Through my turns, I've also played the rack, Jade Statue, which is just a nightmare to deal with. The rack I love, especially as the game goes on. Later game, Disrupting Scepter hits the table, eat through their hand, rack starts adding in damage, especially when the game's kind of at a lock. Fallen Angel, Black Knight, which is an extra special here because he's got First Strikers too, and Eater of the Dead, which I love. Eater of the Dead, he's a pain to deal with at 3/4. He can untap sporadically whenever you need him to, as long as you remove a creature from any player's graveyard. Eater of the Dead is fantastic. My opponent is a little behind on lands. Looks like I have cast a Sinkhole and taken him off white. I've Sinkholed the plains away. He does have 3 swamps in play, and then the Fallen Empires, 2 for 1 land. I can't remember the name of it. He also has an Ivory Tower and gained a few life off that as he's sitting on 25. I'm still on 20. He has an Aleo Pile, which is always a threat to take out 2 toughness or add in 2 extra damage. Royal Assassin, which means I don't want to see any of my stuff to get tapped at all. He's got a Pump Knight and a Fallen Angel of his own in play, so even though he's just a hair bit more behind on mana, he does have probably just a little bit better board presence with that Royal Assassin. He's not in any hurry just because he has that Ivory Tower. So Let's move on to the gameplay. Oh, brutal. So, first scene here, he throws ashes to ashes, removes my Eater the Dead and Fallen Angel from the game, and comes in for 3, flying. Draw go for me. The upside is I don't miss a land drop, even though I have nothing to do with all that mana. He's still on 4 lands, but throws down a Juzam. There's something I can do with all my mana. Carrying Ants. Uh-oh. Paralyzing my Ants. Ooh, I'm going to double block the Juzam to make a trade. Black Knight, Jade Statue. He's thinking. My carrying ants are going to get knifed anyways here in a minute by his scepter. Okay, he's adding in damage. He's dealing it all and getting rid of my Jade Statue for the trade. Murdering my carrying ants, and then he sneaks 3 in and flying, throws down Will-o'-the-Wisp. So I'm down to 11. Throwing down a Disrupting Scepter and making him discard a card. Stripping out his land. Here we go. Oh, his White Source. So he's down to 3 land. I probably should have done that way earlier in the game. But to get my carrying ants back, it's a new life in me. Minus the fact that I'm now at 8. Uh-oh. And a clock has begun. Underworld Dreams, so going to 7. And Chaos Orb's my only option to get rid of that. Carrying Ants is a good blocker, but can only attack once. Oh, there we go, Aeolipile. Shoot down the assassin. Feeds it to his fallen angel. That'll let my carrying ants get to 8/8 next turn. Uh-oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's gonna fall an angel for 7. It's not gonna matter. Oh, or not. It gives me another turn. I don't know why he didn't eat the Will-o'-the-Wisp. He was afraid I had something. I'm at 1 life. Make him discard a card. Yeah, there he goes. Now I'm dead. Fallen Angel in overhead for the win. That's alright. Best of 3, so on to game number 2. My opponent has to mulligan. Down to 6. He's on the draw, so he's back up to 7 anyways. Play a pair of Swamps. Desert's such a good card in this format too. He's got a Chaos Orb on the board. No real threats to throw it at. Love flipping some orbs. I'm still not missing any land drops. He's way behind. Hell's Caretaker and a paralyzed on his will-o'-the-wisp. Fortunately, I don't have other creatures to swap out with him. And he's only 1/1 for 4 mana. I can't even attack because he's going to murder him with my desert, or with his desert. He's going to murder my caretaker. He's considering his options. Kind of see his hand. He does have a paralyze on the end. Oh, he's discarding. Rot or Ruin. There we go. Carrying Ants, that's a threat. Play down Carrying Ants and pass the turn. Paralyzes the Carrying Ants. Oh, that hurts. That's 4 damage off the table of turn for him to untap. And still haven't missed a land drop. I think both games here. So my Ants in. You come in for 4. Oh, this is looking good. That paralyze was going to be at 8. Kind of surprised he hasn't flipped his orb. Okay, he wants to dig. Probably has a few cards in his hand that he no longer needs. See, he's kind of far behind. Him. That helps thin the herd. I'd get a Terror and a Disenchant. Yes. Take the Disenchant. Terror I don't really worry about in this deck. That means though I can only come in for 2. He's drawing discarding Fallen Angel and he finds a 4th land. Still surprised he hasn't thrown that orb at those Carrying Ants. I gotta pay 4 again to untap. Oh no, I leave him tapped. Soul Ring. Disrupting Scepter. Okay, I want to start eating his hand. Dancing Scimitar. Looks like I'm down to 2 cards and he's on 4. Guess he's deciding whether he wants to sack that land or not. They have been hard to come by for him. Oh, nope. Oh no. That's a Guardian Beast. One card I don't have in my deck. Guardian Beast plus Chaos Orb leaves me running scared, or at least it should. He has been way behind, but that's probably going to be no more. And I'm glad we're on the orb, because this guy's going to be flipping orbs. Oh, that's a hit. Carrying Ants down. That didn't take long. Ouch. Make him discard a card. Balance. Wow. Balance isn't going to help him now because he's a little bit further ahead than me. He plays a book, getting even further ahead, and welcome to another orb flip on the orb. Number 2 on this game. Another hit. Down goes my last creature, Hell's Caretaker. And I'm loading up with everything. Drain life. Drain life. Oh, he's at 1. Oh my gosh. And I'm at 30. He's at 1. I don't know. Probably should have waited, but I think I was terrified he's going to start eating my lands. I mean, so best I could have drawn is a land every turn. He's orb flipping for the third time. And he has a failed hit. Oh no, it didn't rotate. That hurts. So he's only 2 for 3 on orb flips this game. I try an Aleopile. Oh. And he has a healing salve. Wow. The Aleopile would have won it, but he prevented up to, or gained 3 life, so went to 4, back down to 2. So I still have him on 2. He's a bad cold away from dying in the street, but that 2 life is everything. And he orb flips again, scepter down, so he can now keep cards. He's now 3 for 4 on orb flips this game. That's a 4th orb flip, and I'm just passing. So I have a bad feeling I'm going to continue to see this thing flip around and destroy my shit. Here we go again. And it's a hit. That's orb flip number 5. Bayou down. A green mana source is gone. He's drawing with a book. He's so far ahead of me in this game, but still at 2 life. Drawing with his paperback. Pitching a Maze of Ith because there's no threats on the table. I'm looking through my pile of regrets at the graveyard. Animate dead. I think I've already eaten. I just pass. Really, I need a couple threats at once just because of that orb flip every turn. Uh-oh. That's a Sarah Angel. And he's flipping again. Herborg down. Wow. I think that was orb flip number 6 on today's game. Underworld, here we go. Nightmare, awesome. 8/8 Nightmare, and he's going to take 1 from the Underworld. I guess I'm hoping to block, draw, threat. Maybe I should have waited another turn, although I am losing mana, so that Nightmare is going to be getting smaller. The ability to me pump out 3 threats at once is almost impossible, as that took everything I had but 1 swamp. He's flipping the orb, number 7. And his stats are way up there, 6 for 7. There goes my Underworld. Guess he's doing that upkeep before he draws. He's got a Will-O-the-Wisp up, paid 4 to untap it. He's passing. Doesn't want to see a Sarah Angel get eaten by a Nightmare. Although the Chaos Orb's going to come back through and eat the Nightmare very, very soon, I believe. Swinging for the fences. He's regenerating and animate dead. And a Sorcerer's Queen. Unfortunately, I took one of his creatures and I can't tell you what I animated. We'll see very soon, though. So 2 more threats back on the table. He's flipping an orb again. I think we're up to about 10. At least it feels like that. Nightmare down. That 8/8 Nightmare just disappears in front of that orb flip. Oh, I think I took his Fallen Angel. Uh-oh. Spirit Link on the Sarah. He's been dangerously low on life, but here he comes, and now he's up to 6. Ouch. Passes. He's so far ahead. One card in hand. Blocks regenerates. And here comes another orb flip. And it's a hit. So animate Dead's gone. Fallen Angel's back to the bin. Sarah Angel's coming in. Oh, there we go. Sarah Angel's coming in for 0. That Sorcerer's Queen doing some heavy lifting. Sarah Angel got lost on the way over on her attack. Okay, he's drawing with a book again. Another white mana source. I'm up to 2 cards, and something tells me he's going to be flipping again. It's a hit. It's close, though, but it's a hit. It's Sengir Vampire. So, if he wasn't far enough ahead, really, I mean, he took over that game as soon as he got that Guardian Beast down. So, evident why he wasn't using that orb earlier. Uh-oh. I do have a lot of land and a rocket launcher. And a hippie. Okay. So that rocket launcher can only do 2 as it stands right now. I don't think he's going to let me get to my untap phase. I think the hippie, I'm just praying that he throws the orb at that on accident, I guess. I don't really have any other answers. Oh, brutal. Brutal. Dust to dust, so he's removing two artifacts from the game. I do 2 more damage to him. I have him down to 4. So close, but yet so far. He's got me down to 18. Now he's back up to 8. Spirit linking. Carrying Ants for the win on his next turn. I'm on my last breath at 18, unfortunately. Orb flips again. There goes about my 28th permanent to the bin. And he's counting up his land, and he can do it all in 1 turn. No blocks. Mowed down by a Guardian Beast and a Chaos Orb. Thanks for watching The Orb.